Welcome one, welcome all to DeFi Crypto and Airdrops. I'm Crypto, and with me on Mondays and Tuesdays, as always, is my boy Jeff at the Blockchain Report. How's it going, brother?
Doing good, man. Can you hear me? I think I had some connection
Yeah,
issues.
yeah, we
Okay.
can hear you.
Yeah. Doing good, doing good. Had a great weekend. Spent my Friday not touching grass, but went to a show, and I don't know if you can see my screen, but oh, maybe
There
I'm
it is.
not on the.
We'll pop it over to the. There
Yeah.
you go.
That's me in my little duck outfit. So yeah, had a fun time. And this is actually three different crews that all met that night and just had a great time together. So outside of this, I love my music and going to shows. So it was a great time. Spent it with making some new friends and good memories. So spent Saturday and Sunday resting and cooking. So how about yourself? How was your weekend?
Oh, I did all right. I actually spent my days outside clearing the property. I've been going through and trying to clear out some of the underbrush and the smaller trees and stuff like that, just to open it
Ooh,
up a little bit. And it helps for fire mitigation and stuff like that too. But yeah, just been trying to open up the property more, just so I can kind of have more views and things like that.
nice. Good outdoor work. And that's a good workout instead of going to the gym and waiting for equipment and all that shit.
Oh
Doing
yeah.
stuff outdoors, man, is
Oh,
so
dude,
much better.
yeah, dragging trees and freaking branches and stuff through through the woods is up and down hills is definitely freaking you working the core because you're twisting.
Hmm.
I got a bunch of burn piles built, so my lady's coming over this week, and we're gonna drink some beers and sit back and burn a bunch of brush.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, and Sack Nasty's got it right. Nobody likes full bush anymore, man. Got to burn
No,
it down.
you got yeah, scorched earth, scorched earth.
Scorched earth.
So yeah, go ahead and I guess go ahead and jump and do the socials, and let's jump into this.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate y'all for joining us on this Monday here at DeFi Crypto and Airdrops, where me and Mike go live every Monday, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, and Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. And Mike also goes live throughout the week. He has a Wednesday and Friday show with the DeFi Masterclass with Jake and David. You can find their YouTubes right here, the DeFi University, and Jake calls DeFi Income. And it's a powerhouse of DeFi knowledge. If you're looking to basically grow your bag in the DeFi space and live off of your DeFi bag, like David has been generously showing how he's doing it, and also going bankless too, which is
Mhm.
pretty awesome to see. And also Money Talks, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, and that's coming back on. Oh, is that Mondays?
We're actually gonna start doing that on Mondays. It works better for Taylor and Jeff. So that's gonna
Mm.
be at 10 a.m. So we're on Mondays starting next week. We're actually gonna have two shows on Monday. Tomorrow we're actually gonna have two shows because I'm doing a show with Jake Call. He's launching the new functionality of Metrics Finance that's going to allow for tracking of borrowing and lending.
Oh
And
yeah.
then Thursdays, I'm actually going to start using that as my going back to me doing a solo show where I just talk about whatever it is I feel like I want to talk about that day. Been a while since I've done one of those, so yeah, I'm kind of excited about having a day to where I can just chat up crypto and stuff like that. Also starting to work with my network of people about bringing on some random guests. So one that I'm talking to right now is a he owns a law firm, and they're actually I've talked about it before. They're tokenizing a legal fund, and so I'm talking with him about coming on,
Ooh.
and some other just very interesting individuals that are experts in their field to just kind of give some more alpha to the community.
Oh hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's awesome. So um yeah, so X You can find us on X at the underscore only underscore DCA. You can catch Vet at Veteran4Crypto and me at the BCR142. We are streaming on Pump.Fun, and we had to create a token in order to get streaming privileges. All of the tokens are released, and over 80% are owned by the liquidity pool itself. Me and Vet own $50 worth, which is like half of a percent. So we can't anybody with that. So if you want to just buy and sell, you don't have to hold it, but it's just a fun. We do get creator rewards, which comes
It's
from buying and selling. But that's it.
it's a great way to help support the channel. Just buying and selling it. I mean,
Mhm.
you don't need to hodl it or anything like that unless you want to. But just the like Jeff was saying, buying and selling it gives us a little bit of Solana, to help pay fund the channel. We have some new things that we're going to be launching, website wise, and some offerings, couple of different packages. Won't get into the details right now. It's still evolving, but gonna be bringing some pretty pretty awesome tools to all of you out there, and that they will be paid. But it's going to be with individuals like Taylor, giving basically a one-on-one sit down with
Mm.
him, to start getting your affairs in orders for like wealth preservation, wills, trusts, small business formation, mitigating taxes, things like that. Jeff, TradFi Jeff, if you're wanting to, possibly look at getting into traditional, traditional finance and traditional vehicles for investing, and of course, potentially David, to sit down, have him go over your portfolio, give you some pointers, things like that, and then also a newsletter. So me and Taylor are working together with TradFi Jeff to put together a either weekly or daily, we haven't figured out yet, newsletter that is going to give you all the alpha on DeFi, crypto, TradFi, the wealth preservation, just an all-encompassing newsletter that will help you and guide you to maximize not just your earning, but being able to retain your wealth and grow your wealth.
That's awesome. Yeah, being able to bridge that gap with crypto and TradFi is key, and the laws behind it. The law aspect is important.
Mm-hmm.
Um, oh, and our Discord right here is totally free here at DeFi Crypto and Airdrops. All of the links are going to be in the description below, and we've got a host of information. A lot of people are flooding in, so it's awesome to see the chat blowing up. Vet's got these tracking sheets and DeFi portfolio ladder out plan that he's generously offered, and also the DeFi University and Jake Calls Metrics Finance links, referral links are in here and in the description. And like Vet said, he's going to be doing a show tomorrow with Jake Call, showing all the new metrics finance stuff. And awesome news that I found out over the weekend, we have our first approved allocation for our first airdrop on the channel through Enzo
Nice.
Build. So
for, for the
I don't know
channel
what,
wallet.
yeah, the channel wallet, we have our first, approved airdrop. So that the allocation will be, we find out next Monday, I think, how much we'll get. And I'm not sure how much, but yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting. So we get a claim on BNB chain or Ethereum mainnet. So I chose BNB chain. So yeah.
Good call. Good call.
Yeah. So I'm really excited about that because that's been months of work. So yeah, the first of many. So
What one more thing, if you are serious about about your DeFi investing, I highly suggest that you look in our links in the description of the channel or in any one of the episodes for Metrics Finance. Tomorrow we're going to be going over the functionality. I cannot stress how powerful this tool is, with the ability to track your liquidity pools, on all the major chains, Ethereum and Base and things like that, and
Mm-hmm.
being able to simulate positions before you enter to understand better how profitable you're going to be in those. And then tomorrow we'll be going over the new functionality that's going to show the borrowing and lending, being able to track borrowing and lending, which is going to be huge for me personally. Because as I start taking profits when these markets start to pump, I'm going to be doing a lot of that with the stables, the profits that I take, and potentially I haven't seen all the functionality yet, but I know he's working on being able to track and simulate looping as well. So a lot of really, really cool functionality in that. So, and it very affordable. I want to say it's like 40, $50 or something like that, but well worth it. And it will earn you that, 100 times over. So anyway,
Mm-hmm.
just, a little something to, like I said, it's a tool that I use myself. So I'm very confident to suggest that people use it.
Yeah. Yeah, great tools, man, that they're building out. And these guys have been in the game or deep in the DeFi space much longer than us.
Yes. No,
Yep.
they're much more knowledgeable than I am on DeFi in some areas. With the advanced strategies and things like that, they're super knowledgeable. I have found though there are areas that I am more knowledgeable. Like when it comes to the deep functionality of a lot of the protocols, not all of them. It's David is really good with Pendle and things like that, and Contango and but like Aerodrome. I caught him a couple times slipping on details on Aerodrome. So yeah,
Uh-huh.
I felt pretty good about that. It's not too
Yeah,
often
because
I can say that I'm more knowledgeable about something in DeFi than those two gentlemen.
yeah, when you get to such like a higher level, it
Mm.
you kind of only because David really only does mainnet stuff, right? And
Well,
there's only certain assets that.
yeah, he focuses very, very heavily on ETH. So he uses ETH mainnet and leverages ETH heavily in his portfolio, and that's what he uses to live off of. And so, super interesting because me personally, I never would have thought to leverage ETH the way that he does, and the way he does it is he's super successful at it. And he goes into delta neutral positions, positive deltas, things like that, negative deltas, and basically balancing out, kind of hedging, some of his positions. So he might, go into a bunch of positions to earn, liquidity pools, things like that, but he'll actually hedge those positions to ensure that he gets the safest and the greatest yield possible at the same time. So a lot of the stuff that I do personally, I don't hedge. I just go into a liquidity pool, and just kind of do that dance of rebalancing and things like that. But he goes into a lot more depth about how to hedge, but it's easiest to do with things like ETH, and not so much with other assets. And he explained it. He explained it the other day. I won't attempt to explain it because I'm still learning it. I'm actually in his course right now, and doing the daily calls and live calls, and things like that, just so I can learn how it is he does what he does.
Awesome. Hell yeah.
Well, should we dive into Gopher?
Yeah. Man,
No
this
pun
was so
intended.
cool. Yeah. We're digging deep down, man, into
Digging
Gopher.
deep, digging deep on the Gopher.
So
Did we lose
this
Jeff?
came across week and that day it was a market from do what?
Holy hell! What's
Oh, did
what's
you
going on
oh,
here?
it must have been this. So it's got what? So our man Drew at the blockchain basement
I
was
thought we
on
had
the
a bunch of
roundtable
people
talk.
join us. I was like, what the hell's going on?
Oh yeah, sorry. I think I had the volume up. So I
No,
saw
no, just
this.
because they were all like exactly the same size,
Oh
like
yeah, and look
tiles as
right.
us. And so I thought
That's
like
so.
Drew joined in with Mario Dufall, and I'm like, holy hell, yeah, welcome.
Yeah. I know, right? I see the screen now. I was like, oh shit, that looks perfect. Yeah, it was crazy because it was I was planning on doing a video that day, and then I see this posted in the afternoon. I was like, oh shit, Drew's on there. So I was watching this, and basically they had a special roundtable talk, and I had no clue about this. So how perfect was that? That they had the team on here and Drew and this Buzz guy I've seen in quite a few spaces as well. So I watched most of it, but they were talking about AI and stuff. And so Gopher's a layer one for the AI data economy. So you can scrape and stream data straight into models, apps, and agents, which is what their website is right here. I think they have a testnet that just launched,
Mhm.
and right now they've been having issues getting testnet tokens, but um, the actual testnet site is down because they're doing upgrades on it right now. So I'm in the Discord, seeing what's going on, and they said that they're doing fixes right now. So to stay tuned, but yeah, so it was cool to see this roundtable talk, and I haven't actually looked at the team on Twitter because I can't find them really anywhere else. But this is the actual team: Brendan from Gopher, Robert Sassu, the core dev, and Chris Terry looks like. So we can check them out. But basically, they just launched their test net where you can do stuff like staking tokens, getting testnet tokens, and I did a whole video on it right here on my channel. And let me, I don't know how you.
Yeah, no, I saw that uh, posted on X not too long ago. Well,
Yeah, they
tell
got
us
the
a little
block
bit about it.
explorer.
Like, what exactly does Gopher AI do? I know the little bit that I read, it scrapes data to use for like AI agents and other use cases and things like that. But tell everybody out there like basically what is it that it does, and what do you feel that makes it so valuable?
Well, Gopher is a modular proof of stake blockchain built on Cosmos. And it's basically the gold standard for launching a secure, trustless, interoperable, and high performance chain. Super cheap fees. And the Cosmos ecosystem has been kind of getting a lot of FUD because it doesn't have a ton of developers, but there's a lot of good products being built on it, and it's interoperable, so it can work with different blockchains, including layer twos. The AI aspect, I haven't dove into this part of it yet, but let's see. Yeah, you can search TikTok, X, Reddit, YouTube, and the web for more data. You can get AI ready data from hundreds of sources, Markdown, JSON, and more. AI insights. You can transform data into insights using SOTA, large language models. I don't know what SOTA is. And store and cache AI ready data in a highly performant vector database. So AI ready data sets. You can build faster with Gopher, access data in multiple
Huh.
formats, ready to plug into LLMs and agents, and simple APIs, blazing fast access to AI ready data, search, scrape, store, and analyze data with single API calls. And I know getting API data is quite tough for certain things. I know my brother was building some stuff because he's a software engineer, and he was struggling getting certain data from API keys and shit like that. So this could be a good way, a good alternative, and also the cost of getting that data can be quite high. Depending on what it is you're searching for. Data could be gated for some things. Um,
Well, to go a little bit deeper on what your brother was doing, at one time we were looking at building out an app, basically like metrics finance.
Like metrics? Yeah.
Yeah, and like Jeff was saying, we were having problems with basically the data stream because to have it track your DeFi portfolio, you need real time data. You need to know what the pools are doing. How the assets are moving, and the price of each, and the divergence. Just all the different variables.
Hmm.
Otherwise, the app is pointless. It's basically at that point it's just hey, these are the pools that I'm in, but it's not going to tell you anything about those pools, your position, and your profitability. And then it's a trickle down. Without that data, then you can't have a dashboard that tells somebody what their P&L is, their profit and loss, and their performance versus hodl, and all those different great data points that metrics finance gives you. And so we were trying to find APIs, with these different platforms that would populate that, but either it was super expensive, to do real time, or it was free and it only did it like every 15 minutes or something like that, which isn't very valuable. So, kind of what Jeff was getting at is with this, potentially, you could scrape the data. So, this AI would go out, you would tell it where to find the data, and it would actually scrape the data off the interwebs
Hmm.
and compile it, and potentially give you a way to give you a way to compile data automatically, without having to use APIs and pay for all these different services to just to get a simple simple data points. So
Yeah.
that's one of the reasons why this could be very exciting, is for those of you out there that want to develop apps, or want to develop AIs that help people with different different workloads and things like that. If it's crypto, if it's design, if it's marketing, whatever it is. But sorry, go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah. No, no, thank you for that. So it's encrypted, hardware level encryption using trust execution environments, or TEE. It's auditable, immutable on-chain proofs enable transparent data provenance, and verifiable. Cryptographic proofs ensure trustless blockchain validation. And the free plan, you get 500 credits, access all platforms, 50 API calls per minute, all endpoints included, and millions of index records, community support. And then they have a custom enterprise where you get custom credits, 5,000 plus calls a minute, volume based discounts, all kinds of fun stuff. And you can contact the sales for that. But um, yeah, an emissions driven ecosystem where data suppliers and builders are incentivized to contribute. So, all powered by the Gopher token. Go AI is going to be their token, which it hasn't launched yet since they just launched the testnet. And right here, testnet coming soon, and the block explorer they have in their testnet. Um, and this is their faucet. They have a staking page
But you
where
said
you can lock your.
the faucet wasn't working right now, right?
Yeah, and even the website is down because they're doing upgrades to it. But this is just like a little rundown, and they have governance too, where you can vote on. Where's it at? Yeah, so when you stake your tokens, you lock them up with a validator, which helps run the network. And their governance proposals right here. So they, if any changes or upgrades need to be made on the blockchain, a true decentralized system will put these governance proposals up, and the community or token holders vote on them. But I think you have to have your tokens staked in order to vote. So locking up your tokens gives you voting rights, and it does take 21 days to unstake or unlock your tokens. So keep that in mind when this does launch. Um, but yeah, so you vote on governance proposals, and they have a bridge, but it's not active yet. Even when I did it, it was said coming soon. Um, and they do have their documentation
Yeah, that's what I was
somewhere.
looking for. There we go. I got it. It's developers.gopher-ai.com/docs. So, Gopher Network empowers developers to create, deploy, and scale next generation AI applications and intelligent agents. Whether you're building innovative tools or contributing as a miner or validator, Gopher connects you with real time data and powerful frameworks to bring your vision to life. Oh, excuse me.
Listen, there we go.
Real time data, Gopher data, Subnet 42 miner. Earn Tau tokens on the BitTensor subnet for completing data requests. That's interesting.
Ah, oh, it's not active.
So join the data revolution with the Gopher BitTensor subnet, where miners use a secure and trusted execution environment, or TEE, to extract AI ready data with built in integrity. By leveraging hardware level security enclaves, this subnet delivers high quality real time data with minimal latency and industry leading security guarantees. It says before you can dive into Subnet 42, you must start the your environment and ensuring seamless interaction with. But after you do that, potentially it looks like that you can actually earn Tau.
And that's been a big project in when it comes to AI and stuff, right?
Oh yeah. Let's actually see how Tau is doing in the markets.
I mean, the
It's up
price
eight.
is
It's up 8.7 today.
what's it sitting at?
It's well at right now it's sitting at $343, but its all time high is about $770. So it's
Ooh.
it's so it's down about 50%, but it's still ranging well. And again, I'm not a huge chart guy, but I mean it's holding up. I mean it's at a key. Actually, you know what? Here, I'll show my screen real quick, so everybody's not just guessing at what the hell it
Yeah.
is that I'm talking about. Let me do some quick adjusting. All right. So as you can see, we got there we go. So we got got the price of Tau. So you can see. I mean, this is the all time data, but you can tell where it's at right now. There, it's at this. I hate that it puts this little freaking panel in the way, but you can see back here. Let's just go to Trading View. I hate that it puts it like right in the way of what you're pointing at. All right. So let's go to the day. Scroll out. There we go. So you can see it is. I don't want to get too much of a rabbit trail on Tau, but if you put a line here, you can see it was resistance there. It broke through, came back down, tested that. Actually, if we move this a little bit into the candles, it actually looks better. So it acted as resistance here, went up and over, acted as support once and twice, three times, broke through down to the bottom, acted as resistance again. So you can see that's at the level, around the level that we're at now. Um, but we are a little bit lower. So basically, right now, I mean, it's where we're at in the market. And again, please, I'm not a chart guy. I don't pretend to be. I just know support and resistance levels. But looking at this, I mean, I would say that Tau being as strong of a project it is, and as much mind share as it gets, whenever it starts to move, this might be a good entry point, and even better if you with Gopher. If you can freaking if you can be earning free Tau by
Mm-hmm.
on the BitTensor subnet, and by completing data requests, if you can get in there and basically mine Tau for free, I mean, that's a freaking no brainer there.
Oh yeah. I mean, you're already utilizing it anyways, and that's a good way to get the more people in the community involved instead of having it in data centers and owned by centralized entities. You know, you're giving the people the power to process these data requests and pulling this data and keeping the network online and more robust and spread out too. You know, less chance of it being.
I mean, this one here, I mean, it sounds like it's more. Let's see. Uh, yeah, it's just. I mean, I'm all about free crypto. I mean, if I can earn free crypto, OPM, other people's money. That's why I love DeFi so much. If I can just simply lend out my tokens and get free crypto and borrow, lend, liquidity pools for swapping, all that kind of stuff. Why not?
Mhm.
I mean, especially if you can set it up to where it's something that it does passively, while you're going about your daily routine, at your regular job or, running a business or, doing whatever, if you can earn free crypto while you're just doing what you're going to be doing anyway, it's like having a small business on the side that has no employees, no overhead, for the most part. Um, it might take a little bit of power, running a computer or something like that. But, it's if you can find these little ways, I mean, hell, that even that 4% that I'm earning on my that Coinbase card that I got, that I'm earning free Bitcoin. I'm already up to like $100 in free Bitcoin in just the
Oh yeah.
past week. Just from doing what I was doing already.
Hell
You
yeah.
know, getting gas, getting groceries, paying bills,
Yep.
stuff like that. And I just have it set to pay off at the end of the month. So I'm paying the same stuff I was paying before, spending the same money I was spending before. I'm just getting a couple $100 a month back in Bitcoin. I'm stacking Bitcoin, you know, basically for free. Because before I was using my debit card, I wasn't earning anything on that. So I'm trying to find
Oh.
all these little ways that I can stack as much crypto as possible. Hell, my freaking Mamo, I switched up a couple things on Mamo, and just the $1,600 that I have on there, I've earned like $60 in free Bitcoin. Just earning rewards. And a bunch of Mamo, but on the side, I'm just stacking more Bitcoin. So I'm just finding all
Hmm.
these little ways because I mean, it's gonna. I mean, imagine if 8 years ago or 4 years ago or 6 years ago, if you found some little way to where you were earning, like an extra $100 or $200 of Bitcoin a month, what it'd be worth now. You know,
Uh-huh.
that's what I'm looking at because I can't
Mhm.
wait for these markets to take off because once they do, and I start, cashing out into stables, a good portion of that is, I'm going to be DCAing into Bitcoin, for long term earning and holding. I mean, I'm going to borrow against it. I'm going to be doing a bunch of different things to where I can bump up and leverage up my earning. But anyway, sorry. Back to
Oh yeah.
Gopher. Got on a rabbit trail there.
Yeah, no, and that's also the biggest thing that I love about the DeFi masterclass is David's bringing that alpha to show you how to live off of your bags with the Bitcoin and ETH liquidity pools and stuff. So, you know, if you guys haven't checked that out, please check out the past episodes. Go through them all. So, and the DeFi Academy. Um,
Yeah.
so much alpha. But I would say if instead of having like a PC, so this right here is an Intel Nook. It's a little mini PC, right? And you can use one of these as you can buy separate little hard drive, SSD and stuff, and RAM to kind of customize it and use that as your way to as your little miner, I guess,
You know what?
your crypto miner.
That's something else that we should get into as a channel. Me and you should start like a couple little miners or something like that.
Mm,
Once we get some revenue going, just every little thing that we can do to freaking earn, man.
yeah. Yep.
Oh,
Yeah,
DeFi
and it's
Don.
small. So
DeFi Don is in David's DeFi University. He's in the daily calls that I'm in, and he says
oh
he's
shit.
using DeFi to pay his house payment. So basically,
Fuck
DeFi
yeah.
is earning Don a free house.
Gosh. That's powerful, man. Yeah. And someone in the chat or in our Discord was
DeFi
asking
Don
the
is
other
like a
day
stripper. He
about
has other people making his house payment.
ooh shit, making it rain. Oh yeah, and yesterday in our Discord, who's it? Ricky CR7 was asking about how much we use of our income, of our regular paychecks, to invest in DeFi. And I just told him that after before the summer, I haven't really put anything of my own money
Yeah,
in except just compounding my rewards. And I gave him the link for the DeFi Academy stuff and told him start there, and just start building up that way. Cause yeah, even, the black USDC pool has been just crushing it for me.
yeah.
As
I
far
mean,
as like,
and that's a full range pool. I mean, I've actually
Mhm.
harvested. I started out with like $800 in it. Got up to 2,000, and I harvested a couple $100 because I wanted to do a couple of longs on Avantis and Arrow and a couple of things. So I took a couple $100 out of it, and that was a couple of days ago, and I'm almost back up to $1,700 now. So
oh
I
hell
mean,
yeah,
I took 500 out. I mean, it's earning right now 264% on a full range pool. And so, yeah,
yep.
I'm earning like about 15 bucks a day off of it. And it's full range. It's always in range. And it's been doing that for months now.
Yeah, since it's launched.
Yeah.
It's so awesome. um, yeah, we should look into setting up one of these BitTensor nodes
Yeah.
when they go live. That would be
Absolutely.
really cool. Um, and I'm sure Rob could help us. My brother Rob can help us that up because he's the software guy. Because there is some stuff you gotta do as far as setting up the nodes. I've set up some nodes in the past for test nets, but you got to do all these different package installers and shit. So it's kind of
That's 100% out of my wheelhouse. I mean, I'm sure I could like use AI and like have him walk me
even for
through it
me,
or
man.
something.
I'm an
But yeah,
engineer, but it's still like, oh fuck, what the hell do I do?
yeah. No, trust me, I would
Oh,
love to. I mean, if I had a more stable internet connection up here, I would do it. But like I bought the end of the last bull run, I bought a helium miner and sent it to my brother
oh,
because I didn't have reliable internet here, and it's just there's some things that you just can't do whenever you're living out in the middle of nowhere and don't have a stable internet connection.
yeah. Yeah, and there are hardware requirements for these as well, and they break it down on what you need, stuff that's approved and not supported. So they have a good breakdown of everything, and they give you all the stuff you need for setting up the miners, the validators, and usually the validator nodes you have to request to be a validator, and you have to have a certain amount of uptime and yeah, there's all kinds of different requirements. Delegations. They have scoring system. Um,
Oh, it looks like you can use Microsoft Azure,
Azure.
Intel SGX support, and it lets you know the compatible processors.
Mm-hmm.
Minor capacity. Yeah, no, I mean, it takes you through step by step, and it even gives you the lines of code.
Mm-hmm.
To set up your mining on subnet 42, follow these steps. Clone the repository. Here's the line of code. Navigate to directory, change into the repository directory, and they just go through. And I mean, they make this as dummy proof as I think as you probably possibly can for people like me. But yeah,
it still can be quite the
Yeah.
task. But yeah, if you guys know of a software engineer, or maybe, man, I wonder if Rob could do that as a side hustle. Be like kind of a go-to person. You know, he can help set it up for you, but you do have to have um, your cold key and hot key wallets. So you
Yeah,
might
you have
not
to.
want to give that to somebody.
Well, I mean,
So
if we were doing it, if we were doing it as a as a channel, as like a business thing, then we get that dialed in. Hey, what up,
yeah.
Crypto Crank? I owned over
Oh, what's
30 helium
up?
miners on houses and over 20 vehicles, made insane money. Yeah, that thing was a total bomb for me. I bought it at the I got into crypto at the end of the last bull run, so like I bought mine like one
Mm,
miner for like $2,000 off of eBay or something like that. Thinking I was going to get rich. I'd just gotten into crypto and thought I was cracking the code, and I we earned a bunch of helium, and then they switched it over to that IoT token and just kind of screwed everybody because that IoT token is worth dick. And
yeah.
so yeah,
They
you
moved to
basically
Solana.
yeah, it's like I don't know. Let me take a look and see what the freaking IoT token is worth right now.
Yeah, because there were issues with the network versus moving over to Solana, and if you didn't get in early, like early 2021, because my brother Rob got his miner, he ordered his a few weeks after me, and his didn't arrive till August, and I got mine like 3 months before. So I was able to set mine up, and his just he didn't even get his investment back, and I had
Yeah,
two of them.
I even with all the helium that we got, it wasn't even worth the 2,000 I spent on the miner.
Shit.
It was a learning lesson. I learned a lot from it, but it wasn't profitable at all.
Yeah, I sent one to my dad, and he set up the antenna and shit. I bought a big antenna for him to set up on the house, and I think his is still up and running. But the one that since I moved from the house to the apartment, I haven't set mine up. But I was able to get my investment back, thank God. So, um,
Yeah, here's the helium chart.
oh
It's down to $2.60. I mean, at one point it was up above $50. It's down to $2
yeah,
and yeah, $2.60. And then IoT, which is the one that they make you earn now. You can't even earn helium on the miner anymore. That's down to point zero 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 three
fraction.
nine.
Yep.
So
It's
yeah,
bad.
I mean, basically, it's down almost like 96% from its launch. So yeah, basically, I mean, not to say that helium won't do anything, but I have not been impressed with it. As soon as they did that swap over to IoT, I left it in the rear view mirror.
Yeah, that's the importance of timing, and uh,
Yes.
sometimes you get in because I've gotten in other mining stuff and had basically jack shit from it. Um, oh yeah, DeFi Don. I have a Helium right here. This phone right here is a Helium phone. Well, it's an iPhone, but I use the Helium mobile for my crypto stuff. Oh, Up phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
$30 a month
$30 a
unlimited,
month
and it comes
unlimited. There you
and
go.
it has hotspot too. So all of my crypto stuff I moved to that phone just so it's not on my personal device.
Oh,
And
gotcha.
yeah, I wanted to separate stuff for my crypto.
Hey,
um,
you know what? That's not a bad idea.
yeah, yeah, and this little Intel Nook that I have, I have I use for my music and DJ and production stuff. So I don't have it on this device. So I'm trying to keep
Oh,
stuff kind of compartmentalized. So I'm not downloading music onto this PC and possibly getting, yeah, targeted or download malicious stuff. So yeah,
Yeah,
trying to
I
keep
don't
things.
download anything. I don't click on any links. I don't do shit. When it comes to, because yeah, you never know what's going to be malicious.
Hmm.
So what else we got about Gopher? What do we find out about the team?
Um, the team right here. Let me see if I can find them on Twitter. So I don't know Brendan,
Here, give me one of the
but
names.
Robert Sasu is the core dev. Robert Sasu.
SASU.
Yeah.
SASU. All right. Let's see. No, I don't think this is him.
And
Let's go here.
Chris J. Terry is the. Okay, so he's a BitSeeker consultant. Um, but he was on the stream as well. I'm not sure if he's involved with the team.
I'm gonna do a little search here.
But Brendan, it just has his first name.
Actually, you know what we could do? We could ask
Oh,
freaking
Miles.
Miles.
Oh, he's right here. Brendan Playford, founder of Gopher.
There you go.
Give him a follow. Oh, he's from San Francisco. Not too
There
far
you
from where
go.
I'm at.
Well, here, let me bring up what's his background?
Let's see. Ooh, we might have to pull up LinkedIn. Let's see. Brendan Playford. I'm gonna pull up the old LinkedIn and see if he's on there.
Hey, let me know
Yeah,
if you can hear Miles.
I don't hear him.
All
Nope.
right,
You might
let
have to
me
share
share
your
my
screen.
yeah, let me share my screen. Can you hear him now?
Nope.
Oh, there we go.
Ready to roll?
Sorry about that. All right, let's try it again.
Oh, yep.
No worries at all. Tech can be a pain, right?
Hey, Miles.
All good.
Hey, we're
Hey
live
there.
right now with the show and with Jeff and the crew, and we have a question. We're talking about a new project called Gopher AI. It's a crypto project that focuses on data and scraping data off the internet for use with AI agents and other applications. Can you look across the internet and see what you can find out about it?
Gopher AI. Got it. Data scraping for AI agents. Let me dive in. One sec.
If you need it, the website is gopher-ai.com.
Tackle.
He found
Thanks.
his
That's helpful.
LinkedIn.
Okay. Checking out gopher-ai.com now. Looks like they position themselves as a decentralized data as a service platform. They're building a network for web data collection, basically making it easier for AI to access info. They've got a token,
Uh,
GPH, and are focused on incentivizing reliable data sourcing. They're fairly
okay.
new. Looks like a pre-seed raise from a few smaller VCs. Anything specific you want me to dig into about them?
Yeah, actually, in their documentation, I didn't see anything about the tokenomics. So, what can you tell us about the Gopher token? As far as, is it a fair launch? What is the distribution? What is the release schedule? What can you tell us about the tokenomics?
Good question. Tokenomics are key.
Okay, digging into the GPH token.
It doesn't appear to be a fair launch. Initial distribution was a private sale with a significant portion allocated to the team, advisors, and the foundation, around 40% total.
GPH is not the
Another
right token.
30% went to the ecosystem fund and future development.
What is the name of the
The
token?
remaining,
Go
the token
AI.
is GPH. GPH.
Hold
Oh,
on, let me let
Sorry.
me let me
Sometimes
mute let me mute freaking.
yeah. The
There we go. What's it called again?
Go
Whoa,
AI.
hold on a sec. Everything all right? Sounds like you got a little
Hey,
frustrated
Miles,
there.
stop talking.
Anything?
You're talking over Jeff, man. It's called Go
Ah,
AI.
Yeah.
All right, so
got you.
the token Miles is called Go AI. So it's Golf Oscar Alpha India.
My apologies. Clearly, I mixed that up. Go AI, GOAI. Got it. And sorry about talking over Jeff. Uh, didn't mean to step on anyone. I'm I'm still learning to navigate these live dynamics.
Move
Let's
on,
try that
Miles.
again.
What up with the token?
Right. Sorry about that again. Okay. Go AI tokenomics. It's a relatively new token launched in early September. They did a pre-sale and public sale, and a pretty significant amount, around 40%, was allocated to the community and early supporters. Another 30% went to the team and advisors, vested over a few years. There's also a 20% allocation for ecosystem growth and a 10% reserve. They're using a deflationary model with burns built into transactions. It's not a fair launch in the sense of everyone getting the same opportunity at the beginning, but there are vesting schedules for team tokens, which is a good sign. So it doesn't seem to be hugely centralized, but that 30% to team advisors is, yeah, pretty standard. Does that hit the key points you're looking for?
Yeah, appreciate it.
Oh
Uh,
yeah. Here at the bottom of the article, if you want to swap back over, there's a technical overview of emissions. So from their X post, the emissions design of Gopher allows the community to dynamically adjust tokenomics via on-chain governance. So this allows for emissions to flow to the most valuable data miners and Gopher net builders. So essentially, the X Mint generates tokens, which are intercepted by the X emissions module, then distributes them to the most valuable contributors as determined by the network. So governance controlled distribution, token emissions are not hard coded. The community can propose and vote on how the tokens are allocated across different destinations, such as staking rewards, community pool, applications, smart contracts, or Gopher nets. Flexible and dynamic. System is designed to adapt. Governance allows the community to add or remove token distribution destinations, adjust the percentage or weight of emissions each receives, and even temporarily pause distributions. So transparent and auditable. All distribution parameters and changes are recorded on chain, providing a fully transparent ledge of networks economics. But
oh
yeah, I don't
man,
see anything about distribution percentages at the moment.
Gopher's X reposted this stream.
Yeah, they started following me because Drew shouted me out on the channel or during that live stream, and because I commented, I was like, "Oh shit, I'm planning on doing a video for this," and then he shouted me out. So the Gopher account messaged me. They DM me saying if I have any questions, or wanted to learn anything for the video to let them know. So they're actively, showing support
No,
and reaching out.
that actually tells me a lot about the project and the people, because I mean we've done
Hmm.
a lot of deep dives, and I mean I've gone on to the discords and reached out to the projects and stuff like that, and let them know, hey, we have a great following, great community. We'd love to either have you on, or is there anything that you would like to tell us about your project that you'd like us to highlight? And
Yep.
usually it's just crickets. So no, that's
Hmm.
freaking awesome, dude. That's like really really cool.
And I found the what is he, the founder, Brendan Playford, right here.
Yeah,
So he's co-founder of Masa Finance since January 2021. Growth and analytics infrastructure for Web3, the decentralized Google Analytics for Web3. He's also CEO and co-founder of PNGME, which credit and lending API for banks, fintechs, and credit bureaus in Africa. We're on a mission to give everyone equal access to finance. He's a founding partner of the Bureau, which is a blockchain incubator in San Francisco. He advises the Bureau's portfolio of blockchain clients to bring blockchain technology to mass adoption. And he's CEO and founder of Constellation Labs, June 2017 to October 2018.
Interesting.
Yeah. Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, DAG, for all the DAG holders.
Yep.
I actually found
So,
something interesting here too.
yeah.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry, finish up.
Oh, no, and he's got a bunch of other stuff. The head of demand generation at Drone Deploy, um, and full funnel account director. So it looks like
He,
some
he has quite
shit.
the job history.
Yeah. Yeah. What'd you find?
Well, I was just going through their X, but it says meet GoTrader, your new AI powered trading assistant. Uh, Here, I'll share my screen real quick.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. With the Hyperliquid?
Yeah. So supercharge your hyperliquid trading with our AI agent that streams real-time trading view data streams, Gopher data in action. Talk to the AI to get entry plus exit signals on any asset. So potentially, I mean, I haven't tried it, but potentially, I mean, it will do all your chart analysis and stuff like that for you and give you entries and exits.
Oh, shit.
I
Yeah. I haven't
might
checked that out either.
I
Huh.
might have to give this a try because I suck at trading. I mean, I've had three longs open for a couple of days now, and I got an Arrow 6X open, and I got about $18 I've made so far on 290. This XPL I'm trying to build a bag of. I'm up $120, and my Avantis I was up $250 on it, and I neglected to shave those profits off. I'm still kind of figuring out how to use the platform because I don't want to close out the position because I my liquidation price is like 88 cents, and I don't want to lose that, but I want to learn how to shave off my profits without closing out the position and losing that liquidation price because I have some nice
Mm-hmm.
buffers on my liquid, between the current price and my liquidation price because I plan on leaving these open, and hopefully when we get the alt season, this is a way that I'm gonna like 6x my profits when Arrow pumps and XPL pumps and Avantis pumps is what I'm hoping, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah. And I just connected to the Gopher AI Go Trader. Looks like it's using Arbitrum network right now. Um, yeah, so this is what it looks like at the moment. So you got your chart right here. So this app is in beta for educational purposes only, not financial advice. You get a daily limit of 10 AI responses, and to get more credits, go to the Discord. But looks like there's should I long? Oh, best entry now.
Yeah, let's see
And
what
I
it
think I have
says.
$6 in my Hyperliquid account. So I think you might have to deposit in your Hyperliquid account. Um, but let's see.
I'm
Interesting.
curious what it says. Are you looking at Bitcoin right now, or
Yeah, Bitcoin USD, I think. Is that the only one? Yeah, it's thinking. It might just be, it might be down. But yeah, this would be, oh, here we go. Based on current market data, here's a comprehensive analysis on the best available trading opportunity for Bitcoin USD. So it's got the daily breakdown right here, 2 hour or 4 hour, 1 hour time frame, trading recommendation. The current market price offers a poor risk reward ratio for either a long or short. Long-term trend is bullish, but short-term indicators show significant weakness at major resistance levels. Highest probability trade is short position, but not at the current price. Yeah, damn. And it gives entry, stop loss, target one, target two as a short, risk reward, position size, leverage. Damn. Shit, that's a pretty detailed.
The only thing I worry about with these AIs as trading assistants and things like that is
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if better AIs, institutional money, that they're just going to have better AIs that basically like game the system to where they just know what the other models, how they base their data, and they manipulate the markets, using that to get, if they're like, okay, well, the majority of people are going to be doing this because this is what these AIs, the data points it's using to, extrapolate, the entries and exits and stuff like that. So if it's telling the majority of people to enter here and exit here, then let's do X, Y, and Z to make sure that they get liquidated, or their trade doesn't work and we get their money. And that's the only thing I worry about, because historically, I mean, that's kind of how the stock market has worked. It's, if you try to trade on your own, you know it's the wild fucking west, if you're a day trader, and especially if you don't really know what you're doing. And then if you go to an institution, or a brokerage, unless you have a ton of money, they're not going to put a whole lot of effort into your portfolio.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
I'm still kind of cautious on using any kind of AI for that, trading and stuff. So,
mm.
or bots even. There's some bots that I've seen people have success with, but I think you have to invest quite a bit in that. And like a crypto lifer, I watch his stream sometimes in the morning, and he was talking about this trading bot that you have to you have to invest $50,000 minimum in. And he said he put in 50 or 60K earlier this year, and he's already doubled his Bitcoin holdings with
Oh
that
yeah,
bot. It's like really successful. So some of these are worth it, but you have to have quite the investment in order to get involved with it. Because yeah, some of the cheaper stuff you get what you pay for, and but yeah, man, the chat's freaking hilarious.
oh yeah. I'm trying not to look at the chat right now. It's getting super degen. All right, let's
But that's
see.
good that the founder is has such a good background. I mean, that's awesome to see.
Yeah,
And
no,
that,
and the thing I'm impressed with most, to be honest, with all of this so far, is that you got a shout out on the show, and you followed them, and they reached out to you. It's,
Mhm.
to me, that says a lot. That they are paying that much attention, to the community, that they want to make sure that the information that's out there is accurate, and they want to, they're actually, they're actively curating the kind of their narrative, or their marketing. Whereas, again, I can't tell you how many different projects that I've gone into, and some of them are the projects I'm most bullish on, like Plume and Kita and things like that. I can't tell you
Mhm.
how many times I've gone into, the different discords and tried to get people to, be like, hey, do you have any info? Do you have anything? And it's just crickets. I mean, I can't get them to frickin', say anything about anything. And so
Yeah.
that the fact that they reached out to you, you didn't even, engage, you just, they reached out to you and was like, hey, that's huge.
Yeah. Yeah, and their core developer, I found him also on LinkedIn, Robert Sasu, and he's been in uh, Multiverse X core developer since 2019. So he also was an expert algorithm developer engineer at Continental in Romania.
You need to
From
swap your screens, brother.
me?
Yeah, we're still on the Gopher chart.
No, it should.
We're still looking at your Gopher chart. your AI that you asked it for entries and exits.
Oh, no, on our screen I still show it shows me as I'm looking at my screen. It's
I'm telling you, brother, we're staring at the chart, the Gopher chart, and the AI. We're not looking at what you're talking about.
oh shit. Yeah, cuz look on our
I'm
how
looking
is
at the
it
live
not
stream on YouTube and on Pump.fun, brother. We're looking at
no
the chart.
on our EV Mux. Cuz
I'm
on
I'm,
EV Mux I'm showing
I'm
what the
showing
hell?
the chart and the AI, brother, on everything.
I don't know how to change it cuz my hold on, let me stop this cuz mine's
There
showing a
you
completely different thing.
go. Yeah, no, it's like on the live on everything.
So EV Mux must be fucked up. At least on my end,
There we
I
go.
don't know how to. Yeah,
All better. Here we go.
technical. It's like,
Ah,
damn,
it
this
happens, man. It
is
happens.
fucking us up. Yeah, so he's a core developer, expert algorithm developer, and was a chief software engineer and 3D programmer before that. So, um, looks like a Google Summer of Code 2013 software developer. Um, yeah, so it looks like they got a good team. And like you said, for them to reach out was really awesome because I haven't had that from really any teams before to reach out and
Yeah.
offer support.
No, that really is. I can't get over that. That they actually
Hmm.
reached out to you. When again, just I mean the sheer amount of deep dives that we've done on this channel, in the past year. I mean, I would say that we've probably done, it. I don't know, at least 100, 200, different deep dives, and we have never once had a team member from any of them.
Hmm.
And we got over 70,000 freaking subscribers across different platforms, and we have not once, before, during, or after any of the shows had anybody reach out to be like, hey, great show, but you guys got this wrong or that wrong, or you got this right, or hey, we'd love to come on and explain this, that, or the other thing. Never.
Hmm.
And for just today, you follow them, got a shout out, on the show, and boom, they're reaching out to you. Dude, I mean that by itself shows me that how much they care about their project.
Yeah, yeah. And I don't know. I haven't seen anything about funding, at least not that I've come across, but
On their main site, it looks like the Auric, Sentient, BNB chain, Alora, Virtuals Protocol, Pond, Kite AI, Cello, Near Protocol,
hmm,
Unibase, Base,
might be
Codata,
partnerships. Um,
Spectral.
Let me see. Yeah, because I don't see anything on crypto rank for them. Gopher. Nope. Nothing on crypto rank so far, which I'm surprised. But I mean, for their founder to be involved with so many other Web3 projects um, is positive too.
Yeah, no, he definitely has a quite the resume.
Um,
Let's see. I think we've about covered everything, man.
yeah, let me see this data scraper. Oh yeah, and if you go to their website and you can scrape and search data from these, get AI insights. It'll take you here. I just typed in blockchain data. Did it show the right screen?
Yeah,
Okay. So it looks like you can get the API key, get 10 results, different blockchain data as the data point. Um, so yeah, I guess you can just come and play around and search, for whatever data you're looking for, X, Twitter, or the web, TikTok or Reddit, and start seeing
Oh,
what you can come up with.
Freddie C, I don't know what it means, but Freddie C says Masa is
Oh
Gopher
shoot!
AI. And
Yeah. Oh
then
shit!
Brendan Playford
Yeah,
says you
he's
should
he's
test
the
out the
founder.
trading. Yeah. Oh, okay, cool. Hey,
Yeah.
what up, man?
Welcome.
Yeah, we were just talking, saying good things about you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should
See,
actually
that's
have him
awesome.
on the show. We should have him on the show sometime. So he says you should test out the trading application. I think that's what you were just doing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The
Yeah. Actually, right
GoTrader.gopher.
here. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it's yeah. If you're interested, Brendan, if you'd like to come on the show, I mean, and give us a run through of your project, we would love to have you.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Damn, that's
Yeah, we just
cool. See, that's awesome. You.
that's what I'm saying. I mean, we've been, we've done hundreds of deep dives on projects, and reached out, on Discord, and chatted with groups in there, and tried to get somebody to give us information about what they wanted us to highlight, or what information that they would prefer that we give out, or if they anybody wanted to come on the show. Most of
Hmm.
the time, it's crickets. And it's and I mean, it's a couple of times I've gotten banned for for asking questions. So it's really weird. And you know to have the founder this engaged is freaking amazing. I mean, it's yeah, I can't stress how freaking impressed I am by that. Just how involved he is with
Hmm.
with their marketing. All
Yeah.
right, yeah. Brendan says that he's going to shoot you a DM. So let's you know what? Let's go ahead and end this one, because if if there's the potential of him coming on, I would love for him to give us a real walkthrough of this. We've done kind of
Hmm.
a scrape of it. We went over the team, we went over the tokenomics a little bit. Showed kind of what it is and what it does, giving people a taste. But I would really, I want to make sure we do it justice if he's going to come on. So let's put a pin in this,
Yeah.
because I would love to let you talk with him, or if he wants to set up a call, then we can set up a time that works for him, or do a pre-record. Um, but yeah, let's go that route.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll reach out to you, Brendan, and we can set something up, and I'll include you, Mike, in that too. We can do
All right, cool.
a group chat. But no, that's awesome. We appreciate you joining. I know it's so random because I
No,
think I
it's
gave
like
him
I
a follow,
said.
and for him to be active like that is
Yeah.
awesome to see.
No, I mean, it shows he genuinely cares about his project. So yeah,
Hmm.
no, it's look forward to talking with you, sir. So real quick before we go, I do want to go over, as always, my two favorite data platforms, DeFi Llama. So just give you a feel of what the market's doing right now. You can see TVL is starting to pump. Um, and then those of you that don't know, total value locked. So we're up to $173.8 billion. It's up 3.6% just in the past 24 hours. So, I mean, that gives you an idea. That's $6.1 billion of inflows into DeFi. And then of course down here in the magenta, you have the volume. So, volume is still just holding steady. I think a lot of people are just waiting to see what these markets are going to do. A lot of people like myself have pulled their liquidity out of DeFi because we want to see full price appreciation if these markets do launch. So there's that to consider as well. Scrolling down, looks like we have some unlocks coming for some different projects. If you want to dive deeper into that on your own, go ahead. Here's our DEX volume ETF inflows for the past couple of days. We have been positive inflows into ETFs after kind of flat and negative outflows. And RWA TVL obviously is on the upswing. Fees paid. Tether is leading the charge. Stablecoin market cap. It looks like we're curling over a little bit. Not something I'm too worried about. There's plenty of stable coins in the market. As always, we have Aave leading the charge when it comes to TVL. And as far kind of because you got Hyperliquid, but everybody's all about Aster right now. So let's see what Aster's doing. Oh, holy hell, look at freaking Aster. That just all right, let's go to volume. So, I mean, you can see that it launched, it did like not a whole lot of anything for quite a while. And then, as everybody knows, just recently, their TVL skyrocketed. They're up to 2.4 billion in TVL, which is a lot. Don't get me wrong, but Morpho has over $2 billion of TVL. So totally different types of platforms. One's borrowing and lending. One is a perps dex, but just to give you an idea of people are making a huge deal about Aster, but it's I personally I think Aster right now, and I could be wrong, but if you're not already in it, it's a bit hot right now. I would not be jumping into Aster right now. Let's take a look at the token, at the price. See if we had any good pullbacks. So let's look at the month. So yeah, I mean, this just isn't something that I would be super excited about jumping in on right now. It just looks super, super pumpy. It's like I just,
Mm-hmm.
unless everything starts moving, I just, I feel like this is due a pullback. Like it's overbought. And again, I'm not a chart guy, but I mean, just looking at this, it's like it pumped, it pulled back. It pumped, it pulled back. Pumped a little bit, and it's just been kind of trending sideways for quite some time. Yeah, this just isn't something that I would be jumping into personally. But
Yeah, I know that some of the stuff I've seen on Twitter has been kind of people have been concerned about the manipulation with Binance. Just
yeah,
that whole thing.
that's what kept me away from it is the sketchiness of the whale wallets, and the and what you were talking about. It's just there's just something just doesn't feel right about it. And those of you that are in it, if you've made some profits, awesome. You might want to think about taking your initial out, maybe a little bit of profits, and letting the letting the house money ride. That's something that I personally do whenever I'm up on a project and it's looking a little overheated. Because then you take your emotion off the table. If you don't, you're not as emotional if it's other people's money. If it's your money, like if you put $3,000 into it, you're up to $10,000. You take your 3,000 out, and you have your original money. So you're not even if it goes to zero, you don't lose anything. You're a lot less emotional about your investment. So just my 2 cents. If you're up quite a bit, might want to take your initials out. RWA .xyz. This is a really good platform. If you're interested in tokenization of real world assets, me personally, I think the majority of this bull run, what's left of it, is going to be the narrative, the major narrative, because it's where all the institutional money is going, is decentralized finance and tokenization of real world assets. Ondo is tokenizing the New York Stock Exchange. You can go through all this and see, T bills are being tokenized, stocks, the QQQ is, has been tokenized. It's just all of these different, BlackRock's Biddle Fund has been tokenized, gold has been tokenized. Um, what else? You got Franklin On-Chain U.S. Government Money Fund, Circle USYC, Wisdom Tree. I mean, just all these different funds are being tokenized. Private credit is being tokenized. U.S. Treasury debt, commodities, gold, silver, oil. All of those things. All these institutional, funds that I was just going through down here. But you can see real time data, and that personally is how I invest. Is based off of data. If if I see that, if I can go to the top here and just see going more and more parabolic, every single one of these, different sectors is just going up, nothing but up, as far as TVL. That means it is growing. I mean, at an astronomical, rate. It's just going, I mean, in the past 30 days, it's gone up 13.34%. Some of these, you go down to some of these, and you have Arbitrum in the past 30 days is up 176%, Solana 38%, Algorand 25%, Stellar XLM 20%, Avalanche 15%. It just it Yep, Plume up 11.6%. Huge news for Plume today. Um what was it? They got their transmitter license approved by the SEC, was it?
Oh yeah, it's fine. It's official. Because remember, a week or two
Yeah.
ago, it was kind of premature,
Yeah,
like
so
post-station.
yeah, no, and the community put it out. Shit, who was that in our Discord that put it out? Uh Fuck, I want to give him credit because he was the one that broke it. Let's see if I can find it new.
It was. Are you talking about the post from last week?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I just want to
before they
give
took
him.
it down, right? Before they took it down.
Yeah, he posted it and was like, "Hey, good news on Plume," and then it was gone. And so I was telling everybody, "Hey, calm down. It's not official. It's not official."
Yeah.
But now it is. So I want to make sure I give him credit. Let's see. Damn it! I'm sorry, whoever it is.
Oh. Uh. Wait. Was
Oh,
it?
here we go.
Was it Jay?
Jay. It was Jay.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
Jay, shout out to Jay. He posted this, but they yanked it down. And so I was like, "Hey, calm down." I went to the SEC site, didn't see anything that confirmed it. Went to a couple other sources. Of course, you had all the people on X that was reposting it, and I mean, you always got those that don't confirm anything. Um, but yeah, so they Plume received the SEC government approval as a registered transfer agent. This is the first for a public RWA chain and a major milestone in bringing capital markets on chain safely, compliantly, and with speed. So that's why you saw today, you saw, let's go to Plume and show you the nice little move it made today. So, you can see, and all over the past year, at one point we were up around 25 cents, and then we had this massive pullback with the rest of the market and everything, and we just pretty much been trending sideways. So those of you that don't know, Plume for our community has been a massive earner. All of these areas where it's ranging sideways, we have just been stacking more and more and more Plume. I mean, I started out with like $800. I'm up to like 10 grand now,
Oh
just from
shit.
stacking, through liquidity pools. So
Yep.
when it goes back up, like right now it's at 11 cents. If it goes back up to 22 cents, I'm gonna have 20 grand, and I started
Whew.
with $800.
Whew.
So I mean that shows you the power of DeFi, and the power of these projects when they range like this. If you can do a range position and stay in range, and earn that yield, and compound that back into your bags. I cannot tell you how many different projects that I have done this with. Black Hole. I started with $800, and at one point I was up to 2,000. I shaved some of that out to do those long positions, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm earning, what was it, like 10 or $15 a day off
Yep.
of that full range position. Just magic money that I'm compounding back in. Um, uh, Arrow. That was one of the first ones I started doing it with. I have a massive bag of Arrow. Um, what else do I got? Um, Unfortunately, haven't been able to find a good place to do it with Ondo or Chainlink or DAG. Casper, I just have staked, and I've been earning 16% on that forever.
Oh
Keto
shit.
was
I
down.
got in one of I got in that XPL Trillions pool not long
Oh
after
yeah,
you shared it, and I threw like $300 in there. I'm up to almost $600 right now, just from
yeah.
the.
What am I up to on that one? Yeah, I think I initially threw in like 300 or something like that. I'm only up to 400 right now, but I took some of that out to
Hmm.
start that XPL long that I have in.
Ah.
So basically, that I'm trying to use both of those to grow my XPL bag, because I think XPL is grossly oversold. I know there was a lot of FUD that came out about it, but it is a very unique project, and we've done deep dives on it. So go back and watch those
Mhm.
if you want. But a project that specializes in stable coins, it's a platform for stable coins. I think that is going to potentially be a piece of the future financial network, or a project like it that brings all of the stable coin liquidity together. Is I Yeah, I'm excited to see what happens with
Mhm.
that.
When you're talking about the XPL USDC pool, is that what you're in for your long, or because you had
Uh,
two different ones, right?
well, my longs, I'm in an Arrow US, my an Arrow 6X long,
Uh huh.
and I've been in this for a couple of days, and then I got this XPL, and it's a 6X long that I've been
Okay.
in, and I'm up to $125 in profit on that one. And then I have an Avantis 4X long, and I'm down on that one right now. But I'm just hoping, like I said, I'm staying in these because, damn it, if we're not due for a freaking alt season, and if this alt season takes off, this is going to supercharge my Arrow earnings. I mean, if Arrow 10Xs,
Mhm.
and I have $300 in here, and it's a 6X long, dude, this is going to freaking print.
Yep.
Same with XPL. A 6X long on 187 bucks. Um, I'm only up 67% right now, and I've almost doubled my money. I'm at $127. So, and XPL isn't up that much. Like, what is XPL up right now?
And
X,
what
it's only
I
up.
took that 300. It's a what?
It's only up 14.7% on the day, but I've almost,
Oh,
but I'm at 67.7% as far as my earnings because it's a 6x. So by only
leverage.
going up like 15% in price, I've almost doubled my money. So,
Oh
it gives
shit.
you an idea that if, say, plasma, say it does 150%, that's a 10x. I mean,
Shh.
dude, I mean, yeah. It's like I want to catch these longs when alt pump is what I'm trying to do. I'm not saying I'm going to do it,
Mhm.
and please don't do what I'm doing. You know, and I mean, unless you just have money to blow, because that's what what I'm doing. This is just extra money that
Just moon
yield.
bags.
Yeah, I mean, this is yield that this is OPM, other people's money. This is yield that I'm using, from pools, and just to see what I can do with it. But if these hit, dude, I'm gonna be loving life.
Yeah, I took some of my Pengu that I had left over, and that's what I put in this XPL Trillions pool because it was just, I mean, Pengu's going sideways, and I mean, I've already doubled my money on that. So,
Yeah, maybe
while
I need to
Pengu's
go back to my XPL Trillions pool. I'm in the wrapped XPL USDT zero pool.
oh, that's what it was. Okay, USDT. I knew it was a stable that you had it with, but um, yeah, and this is the thing for people. Don't be afraid to take some stuff that you've been holding and reallocate it because that's what I was looking to see what I could kind of shift around and take advantage of some of these newer pools and it was a small amount. So, 200-300 bucks. I was like, okay, if this is just going to sit here and go sideways, I might as well see what I can earn with it. So, and now that I've doubled that. So it's
Well, and the cool thing is you've doubled it now, but if XPL pumps and does a 10x, now you're
oh,
10x in, your 100, your 2x,
yeah.
because you're basically stacking at a lower valuation. So,
Mm-hmm.
like I said, I cannot get over the power of DeFi.
Yeah. And learning from great minds like you and David and Jake.
Oh, yeah, I'm still learning from people like David and Jake. I mean, most of my successes are just from lack of emotion and just pure focus. Because once I get in these positions, like people in the community know. I mean, a lot of these projects that like Plume. Plume went from 25 cents down to 8 cents, and people were panicking. They're like, "Oh, should we get out? Should we get out?" And I was like, "You can if you want, but I'm just stacking more." And
Mm-hmm.
that's the secret to my success is I look at projects based off fundamentals. I look at what it is they're building. I look at I look at you know who they're partnered with. I look at the team. All these things that we look at when we do these deep dives. And if none of that stuff changes, quite often I won't get out of a project. If something fundamentally changes like it did with XRP, I'll get out of it. And once I got that initial pump on XRP, I got out because a lot has changed and not in a good way about Ripple and XRP, in my opinion. So
Mm-hmm.
I got out of that project, but it wasn't because of price. Price was pumping. You know, I did the opposite. I got out when the price was pumping because of how it fundamentally changed. Price is still holding, and it's up from where I got out, and that's okay. I made a really good profit. I stacked my XRP from 34 cents to 50 cents at an average entry of I think it was like 42 cents or something like that. And I sold at just over $2. I made great money, and I was able to get into things like Plume, and I was able to get into, all these DeFi plays and do all this DeFi that I've been doing because of that. So yeah, I'm definitely not heartbroken, but
Crying tears
well,
of
shit.
joy.
Oh, absolutely. Well, shit, we've been going for over an hour and a half, man. We should probably cut this
Ooh.
off.
Yeah, I think my kitties are crying food. Dad,
Yeah,
feed
fucking,
us.
I need to eat myself. So, but
I made a roast. Man, it's sitting there waiting for me.
Nice. Well, let's cut this off. Well, I want to thank all of you out there in the chat, all of you watching, showing up and helping support the channel. If you could, if you found any of this useful, please hit the like button on the way out. It does a ton to help us grow the channel. Again, we do all this for free. We don't have any of this monetized, so we don't have the money to be boosting the channel and doing all the craziness that a lot of the bigger channels do. We just rely on you guys that find value, hitting the like button, sharing our content, things like that.
Mhm.
But Jeff, I appreciate you as well, brother, and showing up every
Yeah.
Monday and Tuesday and doing the show with me.
It's a lot of
But
fun, man. Definitely learning a
absolutely.
lot.
Absolutely. And tomorrow we got two shows. We got Metrics Finance with Jake. He's launching the new functionality with borrowing and lending. I'm excited for that. And then me and Jeff will be doing a 6 p.m. show
Mhm.
where we'll just be sipping some drinks and just shooting the shit and talking about crypto. And maybe we'll do a little deep dive on something. But till tomorrow, Veteran Crypto out.
Peace.